All right, guys, we're going to do the Micronauts New Voyages issue number 3 from Marvel Comics. Now, I must say, I'm having more fun with this than I thought I would, because what I miss in lately in last couple of years in comics is wonder and mystery. And I said that in the last issue as well. This brings out the wonder and mystery that I'm wanting, and it continues into issue number 3, and I'm going to show you what I mean with that. So without further ado, let's dive in. So we want to know more what's happening in the last, in issue 1 and 2. You can watch it on my channel, of course, and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and like my videos and all that stuff. So we have here Bug. Wait a minute, I just see that just now. Kelley Jones is the pencil. I just completely ignored this when I read this. Now, this is interesting, right? That's a fun fact. Anyway, so he's with Nightcrawler. Now, you might think, well, this is the Microverse, right? How does Nightcrawler come in here? So it seems that they have some kind of a crossover with the X-Men. I have the books, by the way. But this is more like a hologram, and I believe Buck here just programmed the computer to make a hologram of his friends, and also with Wolverine, and he has fun here because that the computer cannot stand losing and therefore wrecking this hologram chess game, 3D chess maybe, I don't know. So maybe we're gonna take a look at the X-Men Micronauts crossover. Anyway, so the commander here is asking Biotron about this planet that they discovered, because they are being, ejected into a new kind of space, right? And but he doesn't know what to think about it, right? He has some suspicions about this planet, and but he decides to go down anyway. And then we see a small recap of what happened in the last issue here. And he wants to make sure that their jump engines are working properly if they need to go out of here as quickly as possible. But then the alarm goes off, and it's going, it's the alarm in the medic bay, right? And he says, Mary said she was going down to sick bay. So he says, Mary, what happened? Are you all right? Well, and then Mary trashed the med bay because she was upset. And so the commander says, please, Mary, explain yourself. Start from the beginning. You're not making any sense. You came down here. I came here to see what I could set up to regenerate your severed hand. I thought that with the best technology the Microverse has to offer, surely there must be some kind of a robot hand regrowth. But what I saw when I opened up the systems was this. Arcturus, our sick bay, is nothing but a set of blood banks. Now, so it seems that there was some kind of a story in Volume 1, this is Volume 2, by the way, where Mary, fought this evil despot called Baron Karza, and that's to do probably with blood banks. I'm not entirely sure, because I have a lot of Volume 1 Micronauts, but I don't have everything, so I want to dive in if I at least have number 1, 2, 3, and 4. But we don't. For now, we're doing Volume 1, a couple of. So she's breaking down in tears, and he says, "Well, you need to go to sleep. You need to get some rest." So the commander goes to Biotron. I want some answers. Is this ship, was the Endeavor 2 once a ship of Karza's? But of course, Commander. But in the name of the Enigma Force, why? But, Commander, nearly all ships in the Microverse are originally of Karza manufacture. He ruled all the planets in known space for nearly 1,000 years. And any sophisticated medical systems required body banks, sir. It's simply standard equipment. All advanced ships had them. Okay. So he says, but body banks? How can they put on the ship? The very thing we fought so hard to eradicate. But the body parts already existed. They would simply be discarded otherwise. And how else can serious injuries and illness be dealt with? He raises a good point. I mean, I'm against slaughtering people for body parts, but if it's already done and it's on the ship and can help people, right? All right. So he wants to tell the commander something about illness. But then the commander doesn't want to hear anything about it. And he says, I should know better than to argue with a computer. The matter is ended. No more about it. But Commander, that is an order. You are set course, helmsman, for the planetary system we had listed as our first choice. And that is all you will do. Because you look like the original Biotron who was killed during the Karzal War. I thought you had his qualities. I was mistaken. All right, so I didn't know there was multiple Biotron. So maybe every ship has a Biotron, maybe? I don't know. So they go to this star system, right? And now look at this gorgeous looking page with a lot of detail. This could be, I mean, if you're going to tell me that John Byrne has drawn this, well, of course it's not John Byrne when it comes to art, but when it comes to this kind of, technology and detail, he's right up there. So we have Arcturus, or Acroyear, sorry. He says, though you have assured me of its effectiveness of Hunter, I'm less than comfortable riding in a ship whose power source is an egg. Now, you want to know more? Check out the last issue. So, Hunter is transformed in last issue into something else, and they have a talk about that. But, what's his name again? Sorry. Acroyear has some concerns. He says, but before you can do that, Hunter says, you mean you are worried that this new body of mine is even less human than the one Karza gave me, that I feel further away from my humanity than ever before? You read me easily, my friend. It's funny, I suppose I should feel that way, but I don't. Karza mutated me into a living weapon, wrenched everything I considered my life out of my breast and replaced it with war. I was a memory of a man, no more. So he said, go on. The alien I was caught by, do you know I perceived when I was in his graft? That's every one of its eggs is genetically different. So he talks about, that every egg has a different trait. And now he feels more, instead of a living weapon, more like a living sculpture or painting. I'm not too sure about that. But he feels more at ease and more at peace. Well, we're going to find out if that's actually the case. Meanwhile, the ship is getting, into the star system. And Biotron, or Microtron here, is now analyzing the planet. And he says, hey, it's breathable, but it is also probably hostile. But the commander says, well, we take a shuttlecraft down to the surface, Microtron. I have to get off this cursed ship for a while and breathe some planetary air, even if it's full of poison. Prepare for planetfall. So I believe they get all, hailed from, hey, go to the, not sick bay, but the shuttle bay, except for Mary. Mary is tired and she's been collapsing and she's fell asleep. And he says, I look as bad as I feel. So tired and my mouth tastes like, well, I have to put myself together. It's nothing. But on Mary's pillow, there are some small streaks of reddish brown soaked into the fabric. Blood. Yeah. Biotron has noticed that they have been exposed to extreme radiation and that their bodies are now, well, dying. They don't know it yet. But Biotron wants to, how do you say, warn him, but he's being shut down. So they are going down, and it seems that everything on the surface is mirrors, right? And look at these cool suits. He says, look at this place. And they see some life here, but they all been coated into this metallic, coating, liquid. Those large beasts are waiting in the pool, but the pool seems to be of mercury. Seems like they're coating themselves with that stuff. I don't understand, Arcturus. Why would you need metallic skin? Temperature shouldn't vary that much, and the atmosphere isn't corrosive. Why? I don't know. And he says, well, we need to stand on guard. And then Tick here, Tick Bug, is try to do some, researching about these plants, and he's using some kind of electro torch, but then he's been zapped by this thing here, and it adds. And he's rushing back and said, hey guys, I've been hit. I've scanned him, Commander. No bio damage, but the refractory coating of his suit looks like a mild laser hit. Laser hit? But that's impossible. All I did use was the electro torch, and a beam bounced back and hit me. The place is alive. Don't be foolish, Brooke. Of course it's alive, but the laser blast? But then they're using their visors, and there's something in the distance coming towards them. And this is what I'm talking about, guys, when it says there is the mystery, and it's very well told, right? You don't see everything in one page. Let me rephrase that. They are building this particular story up, and of course, with most comics, or probably most every modern comic or comic in general has a cliffhanger. This is also have a cliffhanger. I mean, you want to know more what's coming next, right? That's meanwhile on the ship, Biotron and Microtron having an argument about them not telling about the radiation thing, and that they have to clean up the med bay. So, would you look at these? Useless, only good for recycling. And they need not even have to know, giving their opinions. A few major organ replaced after an anesthetic administered while they slept. And now they're facing down on a planet, facing Dalla knows what addition, danger, disaster. How long do they have? Says Microtron. The first symptoms should be appearing before too long, gradually builds. They will have days, Microtron, not much more. So, along with the dangers that they are facing now, there is also, more dangers. It's more like a side story, I guess, but still very important. And these creatures are, whoever they are, coming towards them. And so instead of attacking, one of the crew members says, hey, this is not a war. Let's go back, right? This is their planet. So they're going back, and it seems that these predators are, attacking the ship. So they are saying, hey, let's not find out and lift off and go back to the ship. But it seems that they are crawling into the driving nozzles and jamming it up. Oh no. Love these panels and equipment and buttons and, oh man. So good. Sorry, I'm a sucker for detail. But then they are crashing down because they cannot get off the ground, right? So they are eating the ship, I guess. So this guy wants to go out and face them. When they eat thruster exhaust for lunch, now who is fighting a war acro year? No, I'm beginning to see what's going on. Incredible as it may, I think we have a weapon that'll prove most effective. Come on, or hold on, he says. So, meanwhile, back on the ship, Biotron and Microtron are worried that they cannot, hail the crew, and they see that their ship is getting wrecked. He says, terrible. We must go to their aid. We must wait for their orders, Biotron. We both know that. So then he pushes some buttons, and he's turning the starboard searchlights. Look at that light, ordinary light, fires them up. No ordinary light bug, laser light. It seems that the atmosphere of its planet is one giant laser, making coherent any light transmitted within it and amplifying the effective powers enormously. Okay. But Commander, that means we could recharge the Endeavor. Laser light will be easy to assimilate. Commander is not always a fun guy, I noticed. So he says, don't be a fool. Why so harsh, dude? Do you have any idea what this place will like when the sun comes over the horizon? No wonder everything's coated with mirrored metal. We'll be melted down within minutes. So he hails then the Endeavor. Biotron respond. Never mind, how long do we have until sunrise? So they say 50 minutes. And they say, hey, can we make it into orbit? Sorry, Arcturus, too much damage. Oh no, more danger. Like I said, I like this part that this seems all hopelessness, and then probably something will happen, or maybe not. Anyway, so he says, Biotron, get your tin carcass down here as fast as you can and get us out. On our way, Commander. But then there's something going on, some kind of a sound, a rumbling, and it seems they're using the scanners. Arcturus, this plane we're sitting on, it's a huge system of tilting panels, thousands of them, and they are tilting towards the east, towards the sun. Who could have built such a huge complex? And to what end? Never mind that sweet cheeks. We're about to take a big sled ride. Look out, below. Quiet, Buck, that's an order. Look at these cool details, man. So are they solar panels? I don't know. but then they are being grabbed by something. Look, again, more detail, and they're being sucked in. Well, the Endeavor with Biotron and Microtron on it are rushing to the planet's surface. Faster, Biotron, we are almost on top of them. Hurry! We're at maximum now, Microtron, you know that. But the sun is coming over the horizon. Why was the commander so anxious about the sunrise? Microtron, we're burning up. Microtron. And that leads us to the next issue. So yeah, this is a cool cliffhanger, right? When people are, getting kidnapped, killed, burned up. You want to know more. I want to know more. And we're going to do more. So we're going to do issue number 4. That rhymes, probably. Not sure. Anyway, I like this a lot. This has some, yes, it's an adventure, right? Science fiction adventure in the microcosmos. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a pretty cool storyline and setting as well. So guys, let me know in the comments what you think about this. Did you read this? Did you want to read this? I heard the Micronauts coming back to Marvel and they're doing some collected editions. It's a rumor. I'm not entirely sure. We're going to find out. Anyway, stay tuned for more great comics that I'm going to review, or shitty comics, of course, and then I'm, going to rip them a new one. Thank you so much for watching, as always. See you next time. Bye-bye.